Cowgirl Gina. Cowgirl Gina. I went to a store yesterday and I wanted a steak. And I mean to tell you, the steaks are so high. Very high if you're a steak lover. And I can't eat very much steak because sometimes steak don't want to come out of my body. It's so tough coming out and I got to eat a lot of vegetables, which I do. Sometimes I have to have some laxative to bring that steak out. Although I cook it pretty tender so I can eat it, enjoy it, but it has a problem coming out sometime when it comes down to digestion. Another thing, this steak right here was a $30 steak. They telling you save $2 or more. Yes, you do. But I think I paid $20 for it, below the $30 price. Right about, it was $30.80 for the steak. Turned out to be almost 20. So they gave me a deal on that. And I have the mushrooms, which was reduced to $1. Which they call them white mushrooms, but they look brown to me. And then I have the cilantro and the onions. The reason I brought this up because I had to go to the area where people get the reduced meat. That's the meat that's been sitting up for a while that a lot of people don't want. But that's my budget. I have to get the stuff that's been sitting up. Who knows how long? Well, but it's fresh. It looks good, so I'm gonna eat it. And the mushrooms that would cost me perhaps about maybe $4 to $5 for this little pack, and that is their regular price. But back in the day, about a year ago or two, it was like $1.50, $2 for that doing mushroom thing there, and maybe less than a year ago. And then you got the cilantro. You used to get a cilantro for about 20 cents. Now it's $1 and something. And then you got those little scrawny onions, scallions. I love scallions, but they getting a little bit too expensive too. They costing $1 a piece for that little pack there, that bunch. So, excuse me for shaking the camera. I'm trying to get better with this. I got a bad tripod. It does a little wobbles and shakes sometime. So bear with me. I'm going to cook this. I'm going to put it out there for you guys to see. I don't cook steak very long. I don't like my steak done real hard. I like a steak that is red. Not real red. I don't like it real red, but I don't want it real done neither. And it won't take me long to cook it. I'll say approximately about 6 to 7 minutes for my taste. And along with the onions and cilantro and mushroom to go with it. And I'm going to put me a little wine in it, because I like wine on a steak, and I'll tell you which wine it is when we get there. So be patient and I'll get to you with it a little later in about 5 or 10 minutes once after I do my little prepping. Don't go anywhere. Hey, Cowgirl Gina. We still cooking. Right now it's the prepping part. Hey, Cowgirl Gina. Hey, Cowgirl Gina. Well, I decided to show you guys the wine I'm using. It's a sherry. So, and we're going to cook a couple of slices of the eggplant. I'm going to show you how to do that. This steak is a porterhouse steak. So, I've shown it a video earlier. This is attached with it. So, I was undecided what I was going to cook with it. So, I showed you the prices on how much I paid for that steak and the mushrooms and the cilantro and stuff. The eggs is a liquid eggs. Came from my neighbors. We have what you call a commodity pickup. We pick up food. And that day I missed out and she told me it was eggs that she had. And she was giving me some eggs. And when I went to her house, I seen a carton. And it's called liquid egg. So we're gonna try it out. I hope it tastes good. Good because I've eaten eggs out of a carton before and it wasn't too bad. The eggplant, you'll see how I'll cook it and we'll go from there. So stay put. I'll get ready to start cooking this steak and I still have to prep it. There's some things I got to do to the steak to fry it. So you'll see. Let me go ahead and get off this and we'll get to what I have to do. Hey, Cowgirl Gina, don't go anywhere. Hey, Cowgirl Gina. Hey, Cowgirl Gina. I am going to cook me a breakfast. Yeah, Mama cooked me a breakfast. And it's going to be a steak. Yeah, I'm going to show you. See that steak there? Yeah, you see those knife cuts and stuff? I had to cut into them in order to cook the steak. Because if I don't, it won't cook all the way through, which it will. It just take longer and it'll be a lot tougher. So you saw that. So well, hey, Cowgirl Gina, let me put some of these onions in here. There's some cilantro in there too. These mushrooms. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. We're gonna cook that. While that's doing that, I did some seasoning along with some corn meal and a little flour. This is what I'm gonna do with my eggplant, and you'll see the rest of what I'm gonna do with it. Remember, guys, we gotta mix this stuff up. Yeah, mix it up. It's just not gonna be right. Let me turn down my fire. It's a little bit too high. It's telling me, oh, you better not. It's too high. Let me turn on my fan. I'll turn it down a little low. Not too loud. There we go. That seasoning that I put on there, guys, I put it's lemon pepper, regular black pepper. I don't like to put salt on my red meat yet, the steak, because I believe that when you put salt on the steak while it's cooking, it makes it tough. So I'm from the old school. No salt goes on until it's done. Let me just put a little spray on this. Let me flip it over. Remember what I told you guys? I don't like my steak too done. I don't like all that, you know. We want it done, but we don't want it to be so that it's just too done. We want it to be just right. Okay. One thing I got to put on there is steak lovers. I got some wine to put on it. I'm trying to open up this bottle of wine. Huh. This stuff right here is cooking wine. Makes a very good flavor. It really does. You know, those that are familiar with sherry. Sherry is good with chicken too. If you like to cook anything has to do with making gravy, in a sense, you will put some sherry with it. Oops. Sorry about that camera again, guys. There we go. Let that go ahead and cook a little bit. And I have some eggplants. Yeah, eggplant. That's my eggplant. Remember I was telling you guys? We're going to cook those. Right as it may. I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side because I'm getting ready to cook the eggplants and let you guys see what I do with it. Hold still. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let this cook a little bit. This, what I got on the side here is my steak. I turned it down low and let it cook for a while. And I'm going to go ahead and do my eggplant. Remember, don't put too much oil in your eggplant because this doing eggplant, it absorbs a lot of oil. So put about maybe a couple of tablespoons in it for your, if you want to use margarine of any kind. I tend to use a little margarine so we can put it together. And what I have is this eggs. See right there? You know that eggs inside that doing carton? That's what I got. And I put them inside here. Yeah. Now, whenever I do that, I'll put it inside the cornmeal. Yeah. And I made thick pieces, so remember, the thicker the better to me when it comes down to cooking the eggplant. Make it kind of thick when you do this. We don't want it thin. We want it kind of thick. Well, look like it's still trying to cook here, but that wasn't the intentions, for you can see it while it's doing its thing. But I got the stove up a little bit for it to cook, and my eye is on. Thought I had it turned off. My steak is in that corner. We're still cooking with this. It's on a kind of a low. So continue to do that. I'm put a a little oil in it because it looks like you need a little oil. Yeah, I think I kind of blinked off a little bit. Remember what I told you? I don't want to put too much oil in this because it absorbs oil, and we don't want that. I wanted to show you that I showed you the eggs, the carton eggs. I'm not quite sure. I had to repeat it again because I blinked off. Then I put it inside the cornmeal. Yeah. Remember, I'm like an octopus here. I'm in my own studio, and I try to put. Here we go again. Keep blinking off. Well, guys, another failure when it come down to my phone. Well, I'm trying to show you how I did that. We'll do it again. There's the eggs. I have one little small eggplant left. Put it inside this mixture. That's the egg mixture, my guys. Yeah. Let me go over here and look at my steak. Hold still. Hey, Cowgirl Gina. Looks pretty good. Yeah. This is my steak. Remember those splits I put in there? In the middle? See those right there? Yeah. That looks delicious. Yeah. Looks so good. I bet you that flavor with that cherry in it, you know, I bet you this stuff looks great. I bet you it's delicious. Put the salt in it a little later. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to go over here where it's needed because this is done for me. I don't like mine overcooked. It's done. So let me go ahead and show you my eggplant. We're turning this off. Yeah, guys, we've been back to the eggplant. Let's see how this darn thing look. Remember I put the, what I did with it? I put the eggs. Now they don't be egg whites. These are just regular egg with the yolk that came out of that carton. Normally I would just use egg whites. I noticed that, which I'm going to start doing, that just the regular egg itself is better. Seemed like it made the made it stick. I like that. And pretty soon, let me go ahead and do something since that's done. I'm getting ready to do me an egg. Just a plain egg on the side. And it's gonna have some mushrooms in it. Let's grab some mushrooms and some onions and cilantro in it too. I didn't want no cheese. Cheese is making me a little constipated, so we don't need cheese. Not this time. We're just gonna cook just a regular egg. Always remember, clean as you go. And I got a little margarine I'm gonna put in there. Let me put your attention on my egg right now, since we know what that looks like. Let me give you the attention on my eggs. No, here. Okay. Well, I had some problems there when it came down to that skillet. I mean that frame of that stove. I'll let you guys see everything. I have difficulties when it comes down to my stove sometimes. So let's turn down this fire. Yeah, let's turn it down. Yeah. And now, since I'm doing this right here, I have these right here I'm gonna put in there. Yeah. And you're gonna say, why? You got a little bitty old skillet. What that gonna do? Yeah, I know. Kind of difficult, isn't it? But we gonna make it work. I put those onions and stuff in there. Awkward. Remember, I'm my own studio, guys. I keep saying that, but it's the truth. I'm my own studio. And I have a handicap hand, too. So that plays a big role, a part of it. We gonna make this work. Help me out, guys. We gonna make it work. Put some lemon pepper on it. Okay, let me go with my eggs. I'm gonna fill this up. This is these liquid eggs I was telling you about. We gonna fill it up. Not all the way up, but almost to the top for it to cook itself. It's gonna cook itself slow because it's gonna take a minute. Let me go over here and check out my eggplant. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. There's my steak there in that corner. Yeah, not bad, huh, guys? And that's my eggplant. So here we go. Here we go, guys. Let's see how this thing look. Now flip it over again. Oh, it's getting done almost. When you can stick a fork all the way through and it gets soft, your eggplant is ready. So turn it down a little bit more because I brought it up from temperatures. We don't want to burn it up. We want it to taste good. We don't want no burnt egg or no cornmeal. Look at it. When you can stick that fork all the way through an eggplant, it's good and tasty. Then you want to be able to eat them. Yeah. Look at that. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Yeah. Look how delicious it's coming out to be. Mm-hmm. An eggplant only takes about maybe about 5 minutes to cook. It don't take that about 3 to 5 minutes and he's ready. Yeah. Look at delicious. Looking so good. Yeah. He looks great. Let me go back over here to my egg. Hey guys, that's my egg. It's cooking slow. And that's where you want it in a little bitty old pan like that. You just want it to cook slow. It's gonna puff itself up to the highest. And then it's gonna plump up and you can take it out then and eat it. You know? You don't have to do all that fancy stuff to it. A few more of those. And then, yeah, it'll be ready. I'm gonna put it on a plate so you guys can see it. I didn't get all dressed up, so I didn't want it on camera because I'm just in my everyday wear around the house. And, you know, although I'm okay, but I don't like to present myself like that. I like to present myself with you guys a little decent. But right now I got on my pajamas. Hold on. Okay, guys. I'm going to go ahead and try to do something with these eggs. I don't know how they're going to turn out, but we're going to find out right now. Yes, we are. We're going to find out right now. It's been a long time since I used my pan. So, this is what we're looking at. That's in this little bitty old pan. It's just right for me. I got my mushrooms in there. Yeah. That's the way I like it. It really is. It's done. You don't need to do nothing else to it. And if I want to add salt, that's fine too. That's how it looks, guys. That's ready. So let me go back over here. We already shown you some stuff. I need to show you the rest. So we got the eggplant there. The steak is ready. That's my steak, guys. This stove was still on. And you're supposed to continue to cook because I didn't want it that done. Now I'm going to show you my eggplant. This is my eggplant. You eggplant lovers. That's how it looks. Yeah. Those that love eggplants. That's how it looks. So, that's our eggplant. Yeah. That's the eggplant. Yes, this is the eggplant. And then we have my eggs. Not that appetizing, but it's mine, so it's all good. That's my breakfast for this morning. You see, I have my eggplant, my steak. Look at that. Don't that look delicious? Yes, it does. And this is what I'm going to eat. I may not eat the whole steak, but I'm going to try my best. And my eggs. So, guys, you notice that's what I'm going to eat. That's my breakfast. I'm not going to eat all that eggplant. That's too much. May eat half of the steak. And I have the eggs. I will eat all those. There's only about two eggs in there. So, along with my mushroom and onions and cilantro. So, that's it. And I have sherry in the steak. So, there's sherry wine. I love the taste of sherry wine. Try it out, guys. You'll love it too. So, don't forget to subscribe, download, recommend, tell others. Remember to cook it yourself and you won't get sick. You won't get sick. You really won't. And because you made it. And if you did, it'll be your fault. So we'll go ahead and call it a day. I'm going to eat my breakfast by myself without any help. So thank you for watching and tell others. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day. Hey, Cowgirl Gina. Soul food, healthy recipes. So